Let's take one more example on classes and methods, and we'll see how the beauty of the Python lies in surprising the programmers with more facilities. In previous session, we saw how to add two objects. I think we performed the operation similar to this, that is adding two objects, and finally once again that is nothing but we were doing the operator overloading. How the operator overloading does, once again since we are using here the addition between the two objects, we used to call a built-in method by what, by the name that is add, and write the code that performs the addition of two objects. In today's class we'll take up two more scenarios where we'll try to add an object with an integer value, where this integer value is present at this particular position as a second argument, and we'll take one more case once again where we have an integer value adding with what, again with the object, but at this case fine, the integer object is present as what, the first argument that is given as an input to which function, that is add function. Since we are using once again the addition operation here, we need to perform the operator overloading by invoking a special built-in method which is called as what, add method. Fine. Now same thing, so we'll take up the same example. So I've defined a class by the name time, and once again created two objects t1 and t2 with time, and once again I've called the constructor, that is init method, where this init method, it is going to initialize the variables to both the objects, that is t1 and t2. Now we'll try to perform these three types of operations, that is t1 plus t2, where we are adding two objects, t1 plus followed by an integer value. So here the type of arguments received in a method, we take appropriate action. This type, it is called as what, type based dispatch. Fine. So whatever the type of arguments we are going to give as an input to the method, it must receive those arguments and take the appropriate action, and this concept, it is called as what, type based dispatch. It in the sense, fine, we are not going to write three different methods to perform the first case like t1 plus t2, and one more method only to perform t1 plus 75, and one more method only to perform 130 plus t1. Instead of that, we'll define a single method by performing the operator overloading over the plus operator and perform all the three types of operations. So this is the example we are going to consider in today's class. Now coming to this, so how to handle these two cases? So what we'll do is, since this is an integer type and once again this is an integer type, fine. So we know that we have a time in the form of what, hours, then once again followed by what, minutes, then once again followed by seconds. So adding two objects with the hours, minutes and seconds, it is straightforward. Whereas coming to the second scenario and the third scenario, we have an integer value, that is here it is 75 and here it is what, it is 130. So what we'll do is, fine, we'll take the 75 and 130 as seconds. Fine. Whatever the time we are going to consider, we'll convert this complete time to which one now? To seconds. Fine. So example, 1 hour 20 minutes and 30 seconds, will completely convert this to one single value, that is seconds. Fine. To this seconds, we'll add this second argument from the second scenario and the first argument, that is 130, to this seconds, because again we are going to consider this as seconds and this as seconds. And after adding that integer value 75, and after adding that integer value, what we'll do, finally we'll consider this complete seconds and convert again to the form of what, that is time, in the form of hours, minutes and seconds. So how we are going to convert the time into seconds? It is nothing but hour multiplied by what, 60 into 60, minutes into 60 plus seconds is what we are going to get the time in seconds. And after adding some integer value to the seconds, again the conversion can be done by what, by dividing this seconds by 60, and we'll get both the quotient and the remainder. The quotient is considered as minutes and the remainder is considered as what, the seconds. Then once again take the minute again divided by what, 60. Again we'll get both the quotient and the remainder, and once again the quotient is considered as hours and the remainder as minutes. This is how the conversion will be made. This is how the conversion will be made. So what we'll do is we'll just we'll try to once again develop a program where we'll define two methods, where that two methods they are going to convert the time, that is in the format of hours, minutes and seconds to seconds, and once again from seconds to which one now, to minutes. So we need to define two functions. So we'll define two functions, and before this, okay, we need to define one more function by the name what, that is add. Fine. To this add, we will be once again giving two parameters or two arguments. One is self, the second one is t, because we are going to perform two operation with two arguments. Fine. In this case, the first case both are objects. In the second case, the first one is the object, the second one will be an integer value. In the third case, okay, this will be what, an integer value and the object. Now before we perform the addition operation, so what we'll do is we'll define two functions that is going to convert time to seconds, and once again from seconds to time. So we'll define a function by the name, I'll take time to, okay, some integer value. Fine. Again to this, what is the value we'll be giving? We'll giving time t, that is self. Suppose if I just give t1 as an input to this function, we have 1 hour to 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So this which has to be converted to which one? 2 seconds. To what we'll do? So here this self, fine, it is a reference to the object. So it is nothing but, if I just take t1, this is going to this t1 is given as an input to which one? To this self. So this self will be a reference to which object now? The object t1. Now this function we are converting what? We are converting the time to seconds. So what we'll do is we'll take seconds equals to, fine. So what we need to do, self dot hour, okay, multiply that with 60, then again with 60, plus once again self dot minutes, fine, then that is multiplied with what, 60, plus self dot seconds, just add it. So this is going to convert in which format now, that is seconds. Then finally return the value, return seconds. So this converts what, time to seconds. Now in a similar way, define one more function, define, okay, int to which one now, to underscore time, where here we are going to convert seconds to which one now, seconds to in the form of time, that is hours, minutes and seconds. So how we'll be doing now? Again to do this, fine, just create one more object of what, of class time. Here first we'll do equals to, we'll just use a built-in function that is called as division mod. Okay, we'll use a built-in function by the name that is called as div mod. So this div mod, it is a built-in method which gives quotient and the remainder after dividing the first argument by the second argument. Fine. So def in underscore t underscore what, a time. So this is a function. Once again to this we need to give what, arguments. One is self, that is nothing but what, it is in reference to the object. The second one I'll take it as what, the seconds. It is nothing but, okay, if I consider this scenario t1 plus 75, so this is an object. So the reference for this object is given as in the first argument in this function. The second one is this value, fine, either it can be 75 or it can be what, that is 130. For that I'm taking as what, the second argument name as what, that is seconds. Fine. Now we are using this built-in method. Here first what we'll do, we'll take seconds, followed by what, that is 60. Then once this division operation happens, this is going to return both the remainder as well as the quotient. So the quotient is considered as minutes and the remainder, it is considered as what, seconds. Fine, the quotient is considered as minutes and the remainder is what, that gives what, the seconds. Then once again consider this minutes again divided by what, 60. So equals to, so once again use the same built-in function div mod. So it is minutes comma 60. So once again it is going to return both the remainder and the quotient. So the quotient will be hour and it will be minutes. Fine. So this t dot hour, t dot minutes and t dot seconds, they are the attributes of the object t, which is an instance of class that is time t. So totally I need to return seconds, minutes and hours. So return the object that is t. Fine. So the conversion is made from time to seconds. Once again from seconds back to which one now, that is to the form of time. Fine. Now I need to define add function. Fine, where this has to perform all the three operations. Fine, whatever the argument is, self comma t. Okay, so this self will be always a reference to the object and even t also to one more object. But we have three cases here. Here only one object, then followed by integer type, once again integer type, then followed by what, that is object. So here this addition operation has to perform all the three types of operation. Now here whenever I take the first scenario t1 comma t2, t1, okay, so this reference for the object t1 is given by which argument, the argument self, which is the first argument of this method, followed by t, this is a reference to which one, that is t2. If I take the second scenario t1 plus 75, here t1 the reference is given by using the argument that is self, whereas 75 is what, that is taken with the argument that is t. But here 75 is not what, it is not an object. Fine. Now we have two different scenarios. If these two are objects, then perform the addition between two objects. If these two are not object, one is object, the other one is an integer type, then perform what? Take this, add to which one, seconds, then convert that to which one now? Convert that to which one? Again to the time format. So what we'll do is, fine, we'll use and we'll check the condition if, okay, is instance, if, okay, is instance of which one, self is always an instance, it is nothing but it is always a reference to the object, but the t, okay, for in the first case it is an object, in the second case it is an integer value. So what we'll do, if t is an instance of, okay, which class now, that is time, I'm checking the condition. If this is true, then definitely what, both the arguments are of what, object. Fine. If both the arguments are object, then perform what, the normal addition operation. So what we'll do is we'll do convert, take seconds, fine, equals to, fine, now convert that to which one now, in the form of seconds, second equals to self dot, okay, time underscore to underscore init. We are calling this function convert the time to seconds with respect to which object, the first object, that is t1, plus, okay, t dot again, then time underscore to underscore once again int. It is nothing but I'm converting both the objects to seconds. So calling which function now, that is time underscore to underscore int. Fine. Then after converting, finally what I'm going to do, I am returning, after doing the addition of both the things, I am returning what, self dot, I need to convert again to which format now, the time format, that is self dot int underscore to underscore, then once again that is followed by what, time, I need to return what, seconds, so just return seconds. So this is what we are doing, right? So just if you, okay, now we'll check. Okay, you take one more T3 equals to T1 plus T2. Now print the time T3 is T3. Fine. Now what it has to happen? If is instance of time t, then I need to return what? Seconds, and finally print in the form of time. Just run this program. Can you see here? It is adding two values here. Fine. If you want to check whether it has been printed in seconds, just give, okay, print seconds. Check whether the time has been converted to seconds. Just run it. You can see it is converted to which one? To seconds. Fine. After adding, it has converted to seconds. Here it is nothing but it has converted the first time T1 to seconds. Then again it is converted T2 to seconds, and adding that I'm getting what? The time in terms of seconds. Again this is, okay, converted to in the form of what? Time. So it is int underscore 2 underscore time seconds. So it is once again in the form of which format now? That is your time format. So this is performing the operation for which scenario now? The first case, that is T3 equals to T1 plus T2. Now that is what? If is instance t comma time. If these two arguments are of what type now? Are of objects type. If this case is not true, fine, else, fine. So else what we need to do now? Else, fine, we need to once again take t plus equals to, fine, self dot, okay, time underscore 2 underscore int. It is nothing but we are going to consider the other scenario, that is T4 equals to T1 plus 75. So T1, it is the only object. The reference for this object is given as what? That is self. The other T, it is nothing but what? It is the value, that is 75. So what we are doing here, it is what? To this conversion, add the value, that is T value. T is how much? That is 75. So T plus equals to self dot time underscore, that is called the function time underscore 2 underscore int. Then finally after converting, okay, we'll add this to which one? That is the integer value 75, and return, okay, after adding seconds, okay, so we need to return what? That is self dot int underscore 2 underscore, that is time. Fine. Then return what? The seconds. So the final answer will be stored here. So return what? That is t. Fine. So we are calling which function now? We are calling this function. So once again, that is t, and it is going to perform the operation. Fine. So this is what we are going to do. Now we'll take up the second scenario now. Fine. So what here it is? I'm taking T4 equals to, what we need to take now? T1 plus 75. Okay, take T1, that is an object, plus 75. Perform this operation. Then finally print the time T4 is comma T4. Okay, just run it. You can see, okay, we have the time T4 is 13:20. So before T1 is 1 hour 2 seconds and 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Now after adding which one? 75, I'm getting 1 hour 3 seconds 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So it is nothing but it is performing the other operation. Now we'll take up the third scenario, that is T5 equals to, what is the answer? We have 130 plus T1. So 130 plus T1. So finally print. So print the time T5 is T5. Just run this program. Now you can see there is an error. Why you are getting this error? Because we are getting this error for the case that is T5 equals to 130 plus T1. Fine. Where Fine. When I just call this add function, this first argument 130, it is once again given as an input to self. But this self, it is always a reference to the object. But what is the first argument here? It is 130, which is not an object. Fine. So it tries to convert the argument 130 into self, which is not possible. Hence, there will be an error. Okay. This indicates that T1 plus 75 is not equal to 130 plus T1. Fine. Maybe the other argument is object and one more argument is what, that is integer type, but the position that we have placed is different. To avoid this possible error, we need to implement one more method that is called as right side addition method. Fine. So right side addition method, where within this method we are going to overload a method that is called as what, that is add. This is called as function overloading. Fine. So to avoid this error, okay, we need to once again include one more method that is called as right side method. So define a method. What is the method? Right side method. So there is a built-in function that is radd, which stands for right side method. To this right side method, just give self comma t. Then within this method, we need to call what? We need to return or call the add method, that is self dot underscore underscore add underscore of t. Fine. So it is nothing but inside the method we call the overloaded method. Okay, the overloaded method, that is your add method. This is called as what? Function overloading. Fine. Now after doing this, if you just run the program, can you see here the error is gone, and once again we are getting what? The time, that is 1, 4 and 15. So before it was what? That is 1 hour 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Now after adding 130, it is 1 hour 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Fine. It is showing that this is not similar to this one. Fine. If you want, you can take it as T2 here and just run here. So before T2 was the 1 hour 2 seconds and 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Now after adding, we are getting what now? 1 hour 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Fine. So this is what all about which one now, that is type based dispatch. And the Python is also having one more special facility where I'll consider T6 equals to, I'll call a method that is sum method. Within this sum, I'll give all the times in the form of list, T1 comma T2 comma T3 comma then T4 comma T5. Fine. And finally print. So print, fine, sum equals to, then followed by what I need to call, that is T6. Now check here. So what it is doing here, it is adding all the times, that is T1, T2, T3, T4 and T5, and finally printing the result, that is 6, 15 and 55. Fine. So what this sum is doing here, actually when we see this particular program, this program given here depicts many features of object-oriented programming concepts. The first concept that is going to depict is function overloading, okay, where we are doing the function overloading here, and the operator overloading with respect to the operator, that is plus. And once again we are using a built-in function, that is sum, and adding all the objects. Fine. So what this sum function does is internally it calls, okay, this add, okay, it calls this add method multiple times and hence gives the appropriate results, and hence giving what? The appropriate result. This is how we can also use the built-in method sum and perform the operation. And also with this, it is also showing the concept of polymorphism, where if I consider this plus operator, here the plus operator can be used as what? For operator overloading. If I consider the same plus operator with two constants or two variables, it is performing the addition of two variables or addition of two variables or two constants. Again in the same program, if I define some other method, okay, where the input to that method it is two strings, then this plus operator, it can perform the operator overloading on two strings, performing the concatenation of two strings. Fine. If the input to the plus operator it is string, then it performs a concatenation of two strings. Here, if I just give plus with two objects, it performs the operator overloading on which one now? Adding two objects. If just I use the plus operator with a simple variables, it perform the addition operation. Hence, plus can be used for multiple or plus can be used for multiple to perform multiple operations. Hence, we can also show here the concept of what? The polymorphism, which is one important concept in object-oriented programming. Okay, so this is all about classes and methods. Thank you.